thought it was just another, assault or something going on.
I came over here and I noticed all of this commotion.
Sir, we would like you to come out.
Troopers and patrol officers responded here to reports of a male throwing items off of the freeway.
A rush hour report of debris hitting cars on I-5
I think the first one was a line bike.
brings troopers back to a familiar spot.
First of all, they've been trying to lock this little area down.
And a stubborn problem, creating serious dangers for drivers on Washington freeways.
Because we don't want more debris to come down and strike vehicles and possibly injure somebody.
It was 5 p.m. during the Friday commute when people driving on I-5 here in downtown Seattle at Bourne Avenue called 911 to report someone was hurling debris onto the highway. When troopers got here, this is what they saw: a man in a homeless encampment chucking things onto cars below. Troopers say when they approached, this man hit and injured a trooper with a pole. That led to a response from negotiators who tried to coax the man out.
We're conducting negotiations, but this gentleman is under arrest.
A crowd gathered on the overpass here for hours. They watched and waited, and police used drones to survey what the man was doing and used a speaker to try to get him to come out.
Since that guy right here, this guy throwing off, garbage underneath the passage, which I can't understand why they just can't go under there and get him.
Sincere Antonio Harris lives next to this scene, and he says sadly this is something he saw coming.
They had a whole little homeless camp, was it last year ago, and they cleaned up the area. They drove this guy out, which, we thought was gone, but obviously not.
This overpass has had several homeless encampments over the years. The state and the city of Seattle have cleared them before, only for them to come back.
This should have been done, though. I don't understand why that wasn't done. They locked the area up over here on Pike in between Bourne and a few other places, but I can't understand why they would not do that.
This camp is on property owned by the Washington State Department of Transportation, but it's up to troopers and police to deal with the public safety issues here, like the guy who was throwing things onto the freeway. KOMO News has reviewed dozens of state patrol cases of items being thrown at cars around Seattle. Many of these incidents correspond to areas with homeless encampments, including here at the I-5 and I-90 interchange and in downtown Seattle. The state has spent $49 million cleaning up homeless encampments from state right-of-ways in King County.
If you drive up and down the I-5 corridor now, you're going to see a lot less homelessness than you did in a year ago.
Governor Jay Inslee has touted the state's success with resolving major encampments from around the freeways, and he is correct. The largest camps in Seattle were cleared, but some, like one outside Harborview Medical Center, were only removed after major public safety issues.
This is ridiculous. That's too many times.
This is going to continue to happen, Nego, because our hands are completely tied.
The issue of freeway camps has also become a talking point in the Washington race for governor.
This administration's inaction has caused a dangerous situation for our state.
Republican Dave Reichert says he wants Washington to follow the example of California Governor Gavin Newsom.
We have now no excuse with the Supreme Court decision,
who just signed an order mandating encampments to be removed from state property and pushing cities and counties to do the same. Reichert thinks Washington needs a similar executive order.
So how many years has it taken before we've gotten to this point where we have all gotten to the point where we're totally frustrated and waiting for some action?
Democrat Bob Ferguson said he supports the aims of Newsom's order and would issue one if necessary. Ferguson says if he's elected governor, he would ensure state agencies and local governments move quickly to clear dangerous encampments while treating people with dignity. He also pointed out the fact the state lacks permanent and transitional housing resources, as well as mental health and drug treatment services to ensure people stay out of homelessness. The intersection of public safety and homelessness, like what happened here at Bourne Avenue, is an issue people in Washington are watching closely.
So what's the plan for keeping it from happening again? Well, wsdot sent out their crews after that standoff, and they're now securing the site with new fencing in the hopes of preventing anybody from putting up a new encampment there and hopefully keeping more debris from being chucked down onto the freeway. But it's also up to the State Patrol and Seattle Police to continue to monitor these sites and for drivers to report things when they see something suspicious going on around the freeways. I'm Jeremy Harris reporting in Seattle.